Hello, friends. Welcome back to Saturday Evenings Posted Mostly with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat, who is currently muted and will be with us shortly. Work has been a grind for her, so I believe she is on her way home now as we speak. Let us get started today with our ad read. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street on the downtown mall, above the bricks, Suite 200. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds, bud? And the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. Also, they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personally highly biased research, by which I mean I was incredibly high when I did my personally biased research. Don't forget to check the website for times and events such as Frosty Fridays, where you can find our other two sponsors, Firehouse, where there's smoke, there's Firehouse, and Kush Gang, purveyor of fine edibles and drinkables, also findable on Instagram at KGSnacks434. Yeah, KGSnacks434. Hey, Dope Ash Music, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Much love. How high are you? The website for The Hidden Leaf is thehiddenleaf.com or thehiddenleafcville.com. That's The Hidden Leaf, CVILLE, all one word, .com. Always, LOL. Nice. And a note of disclaimer, we may be touching on some political subjects today, so I just want to say that all of the political opinions you hear expressed herein belong to me, the expressor of the opinion, and or the channel or parent company, but not necessarily to any of our sponsors, including Kush Gang, Hidden Leaf, and Firehouse. All right, all of that out of the way. Oh, thank you, Dope Ash. Feeling spiffy today. This is actually this is a Jerry Garcia tie. It's a Jay Garcia, designed by Jerry Garcia, so, you know, feeling a little spiffy. We have lost the ASOC prod, probably due to cell phone service falling out. Thank you, Dope Ash Music. I was gonna see what was going on in the news this week if she wanted to talk about anything. There are a few things that, pop into my mind, but I think until she gets back, we're gonna start with this article that she sent me that I find highly amusing. Not sure what that was. Authorities intercept drone carrying crab legs, Old Bay seasoning, and weed for prison inmates. And apparently tobacco. Old Bay. Lee County, South Carolina. Okay, see, I'm just saying, I know South Carolina knows Old Bay, but they don't know Old Bay like Maryland. And that's why I'm surprised this didn't actually happen in Northern Virginia or Maryland. I'm more surprised it happened in South Carolina. This is obviously AI. I don't know if anybody else is catching that, but that is very obviously AI. So, from Lee County, South Carolina, WKRC. Let me hit this real quick and get into my accent. My South Carolina accent. Authorities confirmed that a drone was intercepted at a prison. According to a statement posted on X on Monday by the South Carolina Department of Corrections, a drone arrived at Lee Correctional Institute carrying multiple items, including crab legs, seasoning, and marijuana. Seems some folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil and steak dinner along with their marijuana and cigarettes, all dropped by drone at Lee CL, or CI, the post reads. All dropped by drone at Lee CI, Correctional Institute. The image appears to show Old Bay seasoning, Marlboro cigarettes, crab legs, and steak. Authorities did not confirm whether any arrests were made in connection with the incident. Marijuana remains illegal in the state of South Carolina, and possession of the substance is a criminal offense. Wait, that's the weed? Oh, Lord. What are they smoking? Hoo-wee. I thought that was just loose tobacco at first. That is... No, I can't really zoom in on that. That's some ugly weed right there. I'd hope that even in jail they'd get better weed than that. Dang. Just dang. Not sure what that was. I mean, okay, I get the steak. The crab legs, man. I love that. I love that they had... They were planning some crab leg dinner. That just... right up my alley. Oh, we don't appear to have Kat back yet. So we're gonna hop over here for a second and try and waste some time. I was hoping Kat would be here. I was hoping that Kush Gang would be here so we could announce something big, but that may have to wait until tomorrow or next week to really announce. Other things in the news going on right now. Other funny things going on in the news right now. Oh, jeez. You know, I was talking to someone up at the Leaf and talking about how hard it is to do political analysis and commentary and comedy without a good team of writers, because a lot of what goes on right now in the news is just so absolutely ridiculous that it's really hard for me to be funnier than what's going on is ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So, while we waste time until, someone else shows up, let's see if we've got something funny that we can watch. I wanted to watch some Sean Locke shorts recently, but we didn't on a different stream. So considering that there's no one here to corral me, we're gonna watch some Sean Locke shorts. Oh, wait, let me do something else real quick. Just in case anybody feels crazy enough to pop up in here and wants to... Now, for
Our
those of you who don't
switch
know,
mats offer an economical way to change out floor.
You lost last time.
Sean Locke was a British stand-up comedian. Died from cancer several years ago now. I think near the tail end of COVID. What he really did was a lot of these panel shows where, the British comedians would, a bunch of different ones be on a panel doing some sort of game show thing, making a lot of jokes, being funny. And one of the ones he was a regular on was 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, which is a parody show of the British show Countdown, which is a numbers and letters game show. So yeah, that's background on Sean Locke. He's a curmudgeon. He makes his comedy from being sort of mean, curmudgeonly old. He appeals to me in that way.
Are you out for revenge? What's going on?
I think the area I really struggle is is with the letters. And I've been putting Scrabble letters down my pants and just pulling 9 out and just going, come out with the word, then chucking them back and seeing how many words I can come up with. And I'll give you a bit of advice. It's best to do that. It's best to do that at home.
Sean, have you ever lost any sleep over these countdown matches?
Well, I've slept during a countdown. No.
Did you ever think afterwards, oh, I should have got that, or, so close?
No, I didn't give it no thought whatsoever. Well, you can't, can you? I mean, there's so many more important...
I was watching Jimmy Carr's YouTube channel the other day, and one of his videos starts with him just straight up addressing the camera, like, and all I could think is he looks like really good AI.
Important things in the world to be concerned about.
What else are you concerned about?
Jimmy
The gate I left open in that field. Very irresponsible. Well, you wouldn't call it a field, it's more of a zoo. So irresponsible of me. Yeah. And that trail of snacks that led to the orphanage. That troubles me.
You won last week. Could you do it again?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You sound very confident there, Sean.
No, I won last week, and, might win again. Doesn't matter, though, does it? It's only a teapot.
Sean, do you got that stuff?
Yes, I do, yeah. I've got this. It's the European flag. Do you bring me luck? No, I just wanted to... Obviously, a lot of people have been bashing Europe recently, and imminently we are going to have a referendum about Europe, and I'd just like to say I like it.
I like it as well. I've just been there, it's brilliant.
That's our case, really, for voting to say yes to Europe. And I think we'll win. I think we'll win, especially if they have the referendum on the terms that I think the referendum should be held under, which
What's
is
that?
Well, I think if they have a referendum about Europe, nobody over 65 should be allowed to vote. Because it's not their future. It's not their future. They're going to be dead.
This must have been pre-Brexit, which is... I mean, I guess that really gives you some idea of how long ago, So there are gonna be some Brexit jokes in here.
15, 20 years time. And I think, actually, that kids as young as 10 should be allowed to vote, because it is their future. And I think that's quite right. And I think they should implement that.
Yeah,
It's a very good idea.
This guy, Bill Bailey, I think he is hilarious. He's brilliant. He was in the British TV show Black Books, the Britcom. He was also in a great movie called Saving Grace. I can almost remember the other people in it. It's a movie about a woman who her husband dies, leaves her a mountain of debt, and she decides to start growing weed and selling weed to cover her debt. And that's a really simple synopsis of the plot. It is really good. And Bill Bailey is wonderful in it. He mostly only shows up in like the second half of the movie or so. But he is brilliant.
Because I'm fed up with old people moaning. They moan all the time about,
Tell me about it, mate.
things have changed. I mean, proper old people. I'm just practicing.
Sean, what have you been up to over the summer? Any fun?
Yeah, I've had a good summer so far. I mean, I didn't realise how much I'd caught the sun until the other day. I took my watch off.
Are you actually here? Can you talk to us? I take that as a no, not really. I will keep filling time until you can talk to us.
And, God, look at that. You don't realise, do you? You've got to be careful.
That's
Well,
not
I've
a
been doing the
sunburn,
usual
that's
things you do in the
skin
summer.
cancer.
You know, hang around the railway embankments, set fire to stuff, you know, bins. I've been going into Boots. My favourite thing is swapping around the factors on sun creams.
What, you changed the graphics?
Yes, yeah, so I put 50 down to 15 and the other way round, you know. Like, so they think they're fine. They're roasted away there. We've literally got about a minute left, so they spend the whole day there. That's always a good laugh, see them running home in a panic, crying, God, I don't understand it. I thought I was covered in factor 50. You know, just sit in my car laughing.
Wait time is approximately.
Taxes is feeling
Sean, you're a fine figure of a man. How do you stay in such remarkable condition?
I don't know really, Jimmy. I mean, I've got a tapeworm. That helps.
That shirt. I'm not entirely sure he's pulling it off, but he also doesn't seem to care, which is 90% of pulling off a drastic wardrobe choice.
So that certainly helps. Well, I call him Charlie. So go on, Charlie, that's for you. Look. Like that. You know that 12% of the people in this country have got tapeworm.
Really?
Which actually makes them more popular than dogs.
Is that
As a pet, yeah.
How do you get a tapeworm? Do you eat a worm and it stays
pork,
in you?
don't you? Yeah.
You get it off pork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always pork.
Yeah. Always pork. You get it off pork or not off anything else.
Another victory for the Quorn Brigade.
I've got a song about it. If you want to get a tapeworm, eat some pork. If you want to get a tapeworm, eat some pork.
Oink, oink.
Lamb, chicken, beef, fish or egg. Forget it. You won't get a tapeworm.
Could someone upstairs Google if you get tapeworms from pigs?
How do pigs get them?
They get them from other pigs.
They eat pork.
You can only get them. How many times do I have to explain it? You can only get a tapeworm. If you want to get a tapeworm, it's about that.
All right. You are with us, yes? Cat? Are you effectively here to save us from the tapeworm song? I will take that as no. So back to the oh God, why am I doing this?
They eat pork, and then they get it, and they get it to the pork.
So which came first, the tapeworm or the pig?
Well, it was the Big Bang, actually. What happened was all the tapeworms flew into the pigs.
Some people say this version of Countdown is less intelligent than the other.
Sean, news just in, you can get tapeworms from beef.
Well, I just said, I'd say one thing. Google can go f*** itself. Google, you start paying your taxes, I'll start listening to your facts.
Same with Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr got in trouble a while back for not paying his taxes.
Google, start paying your taxes, you dirty, slimy bastards. Look at all we go. Talk!
Sean, let me ask you this. What's the worst decision you've ever made?
I think it was organising that surprise birthday party for the horse. That was a big mistake. They do not like surprises. The cake, the streamers, the poppers, everything. Surprise! A balloon. Went fucking mental. I don't like horses. I don't know why I did it. It's either that or the time I misjudged the street food boom. You know the street food?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is Johnny Vegas. Also quite funny. Seen him as a character actor in a lot of stuff. I think the thing I've seen him most recently in, other than panel shows, most consistently is Still Open All Hours.
And I rolled out my fleet of cottage cheese vans. They were all thatched. The vans were thatched. And I thought it was a good idea. It was cottage cheese cottage.
I see what you've done there. It's very good. Clever. Sean, biggest achievement in life?
Well, I think the money I embezzled from the RLLI.
That feels like something I could be interested in.
Yeah. Well, that time I went seal clubbing. They actually said that they've never seen anything like it. They said it was like a trolley dash.
They said that, did they?
Yeah. I had 2 hammers. Hobnail boots. I was doing 4 at once.
That's cheese fans.
4. My greatest achievement must be rectum of the year. Not rear of the year, no.
No, it's different, yeah.
This is rear of the year with the gloves off.
Rectum? Damn near killed him.
I knew I'd won when I heard 3 of the judges throwing up behind me. I thought, I've got this in the bag.
Sure.
I beat Fern Cotton. Hers, let me tell you, hers is pretty messed up.
Stop speaking.
And then, of course, that got me through to the world. Went to the world finals in Cancun. I thought I was going to win. I thought I'm going to win this. But then Diego Maradona beat me. When he bent over, set the sprinklers off.
All right, Kat, are you here to save us yet? Or are you going to let me keep going? Because I've got another half hour of Sean Locke I can do before we get to Richard Ayoade. Are you gonna save us? No.
It's the coziest time of year on BritBox.
Very cozy.
That means cuddling by the fire, basking in the ambience.
Miles, Sean, have you got mascots?
Oh, yes.
What have you got?
Yeah, I've got. This is actually. It's been in the family for years. This is a. I've had it since I was very young. My granddad gave me this.
I know nothing about Miles' job. So this is going to be all completely new to me.
He was given it himself by a sort of wise woman in a souk in northern Africa, and he says this. I don't know who this cheeky chappy is, but always bring you luck. This was on my desk when I did my GCSEs. It was there for all of them. About 5 general anaesthetics. Just always. It just means
birth of your children.
On to our first numbers round. OK, John and Sarah, your turn to pick the numbers. Sean, Miles. Sean and Miles. I won't say it again. Fingers on lips. Hands on heads. Pay attention. It's the numbers round.
Yeah, ready. I'm ready.
Were you ready?
No, he'd brought up Hitler. He was whispering to me about Hitler.
Why was he whispering to you about Hitler?
He said, I don't know about you, Miles, I'm on the fence. I was saying no, Sean. I'm a bit like the Swiss during the Second World War, going, I can see the good side and the bad side. I'm going to stay neutral. Yeah?
OK, on to our first number. Oh, no.
I do have a mascot, but it's not quite ready yet. So if you bear with me, I have a little bit of time, a little bit later on, I'd like to introduce it. It's nearly ready, it's not quite...
I'll come back to you later on in the show. Miles, have you got a mascot?
I have got a mascot with me, yeah. It's almost like a sort of talisman for me. It's something, I don't know, it was to do with a person. I was at very low ebb a few years ago, very desperate period of my life, and I was just bought a random train ticket, just got on a train, thought, where's it going to go? And I met a man on the train who just sort of... He was very friendly, he gave out incredible vibes, and he just put everything right for me. He made me see the world through very different eyes.
Well, sometimes that's all you need, yeah, just to...
And it makes an enormous difference, doesn't it? Just someone that teaches you how to love, essentially. He posed for a photo with me, very gladly. This is a photo I took on the train, and it was just such a special moment for me. So I got the photo, and I didn't start there. I've also had one of these made that sits next to my bed. I mean, what I'd like to do is, if I could find a way of reconnecting with him, I would. But I mean, I often wonder what happened to him. I mean, he was just a very happy person. It just shone out of him. But, no, I'll never know, I suppose.
What was his name?
He wouldn't tell me his name. He said, I asked for his number, he said, I haven't got a phone, which is a lie. It was right there.
Going to check in with Sean. Sean, what's the matter?
Dinner's ready.
What do you mean, dinner's ready?
It's ready, my thing is ready. You know, I didn't have a mascot to start the show. Well, it's ready now, And what I've done is, I thought I'd make a lovely countdown casserole. Slow cooked it, and it's basically...
What is this, bake-off? What was that?
And all the ingredients are letters of the alphabet. So in it, it's got apple, bovril, coriander, you can eat it with a donut, eels, fennel, gooseberries, then I've added some hummus, some ink, squid ink, jalapeno, curry powder, lamprey, just the blood, marzipan, nutmeg, aubergine. corn, so John can have a taste. Bit of rum, bit of sugar, bit of turmeric, onion, obviously. Then I thought, Vimto. Perfect. Then a whelk, just one. Then I thought, why not an extra whelk? Yogurt and just a little zest. Little zest of lemon. And here it is. It's all cooked, it's all ready to go. Who'd like to try some? Doesn't that look lovely? Doesn't that look just...
It does look nice.
Looks like... Actually, it does look like the dog's bollocks. The idea is, you eat it, you get diarrhoea. Which is a 9-letter word. No, it's all been cooked up. Would anybody like to try a little bit, Greg?
Yeah, I'll try some, sure, thanks.
What do you think?
Well, I think it smells of loneliness.
Would you like to try some, Mark?
I'm really looking forward to it.
Would you like... Now, do you want a whelk and some squid ink with it?
No, I'm all right.
A little bit of donut with it. That often helps that... You have a little bit of donut.
Yeah.
Might help you keep it down.
Yeah. There's your bit of donut. I'm going to have some, obviously, and I'm going to have a whelk on top. Do you want a whelk?
Oh, goodness no. I've never seen a whelk before, in all honesty.
Well, I've got about 30 there.
I'd pay £10 for a charity of your choice if you ate all of them in a row.
£10?
Your choice.
See, I can just give them a tenner. I don't have to eat it.
£11.
Offer me an amount of money that I wouldn't be prepared to hand over for not eating 30 whelks.
£15.
No, you have to go higher than that.
Oh, I'll give £50.
No, I'd rather give £50 to charity than eat all that as well.
What if Jimmy was prepared to basically bankroll it?
I mean, in the name of comedy, what is your magic number to eat all the whelks?
I'll do it for £10,000, Jimmy. Just to see the look on your face.
Checking with the gallery whether we can...
What does the banker say?
Huh?
What does the banker say?
Oh, definitely yes.
Yeah, go on. What?
Yeah, do it.
You sure? Well, while the show goes on...
What?
Well, they're quite chewy.
I can't speak for everyone, but I'm happy to sit it out. I mean, if anything, it's getting more captivating with every mouthful.
I haven't finished one yet.
Would it be easier if I fed you, Sean? Look, and then you can just put all your effort into the chewing, you don't have to hold it.
This is really backfired.
Open up.
You haven't swallowed a single one.
We do have to crack on with the show at some stage.
I'll keep doing this, don't you worry. I'll take responsibility for this. Other than the financial aspect, Jimmy. Thank you. Yeah, what's next? We'll keep doing this. I've absolutely got this. I'm used to multitasking.
Is there loads left?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Listen, you worry about the eating. Choo, choo, choo. I think somebody's going to deserve pudding.
You're enjoying this? No. Way too much.
Sorry.
Getting bigger.
I mean, you are...
Did you taste the stew? What did you think of the stew?
I thought it was quite nice, to be honest. Oh, they were a lot nicer than 100 whelks. And the aftermath.
We're sharing a room.
If you're going to be sick, do it in the stew. No one will notice. this.
You're going to be absolutely fine. Oh, I don't feel well.
Sean, you're going to be very sick.
You're not.
I don't like it.
We'll come back and see how you're doing with the whelks in a bit. Okay, on with the game. John and Greg. Shall I write down the letters for you? You're busy.
Bare minimum, there's got to be a whelk cam on him at all times. Because at the end of this, he's going to fart himself through the ceiling.
Oh, that.
Did you say something just a moment ago there, Kat?
Definitely interesting to listen to.
Yeah. So, what is a whelk? I am curious now. Like, what actually is a whelk? I don't know if I've ever seen one.
I cannot hear you on Discord. If you...
You can't hear me on Discord.
I can hear the stream, but I cannot hear you through Discord.
Oh, man. Why is it doing this? Okay. Is that better?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, what is a whelk? Okay.
I will look it up.
They are sort of like snails. They are, they are snails. They are a large edible marine sea snail with spiral shell, known for being carnivorous predators or scavengers of other shellfish in shallow coastal waters.
I can understand why you would not want 100 of those.
I mean, yeah. I think he was only. I think he's only got 30 of them though. But like,
they're carnivorous.
Yeah. That's the part that's like, eating carnivorous things is not great. But fish, it doesn't seem to be so bad. Because most fish are carnivorous. At least most of the fish. Huh?
Mostly, I'm just picturing, getting in salt water and swimming around with these carnivorous things. And having them nibble on my toes, which I am not a fond fan of.
No, but the likelihood of that is pretty low. I don't think we are in an area where whelks are anymore.
So I'm on dry land. I think I'm okay with that.
Well, there is that too. I think he's only eating 30 of them, not 100 of them. And I could put down 30 whelks, I think.
I think so too.
For
they
charity.
Look like,
or for lunch.
Well, I mean, charity lunch. Charity lunch.
They look, from what I see of them going on, they look a lot like, what are they? Scallops. They look like the large scallops.
Makes sense.
Just a little less appetizing looking. But I have no idea.
Or snail-like and less, pancake-like.
Something like. Now, okay, so I have had escargot.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. The massive amount of butter was too much butter for my system and made me sick. But it was really good. I actually, So, snails don't, you know, that's not something that worries me.
Haven't had escargot specifically, but I have had, I mean, that particular specific preparation. But I have had ramen that had eel and snail in it.
That sounds good.
It was.
I could do that. I could put a hurtin' on that ramen.
Oh, yeah.
So, now that you're here, anything going on in this week's news you want to talk about?
Oh.
Anything we ought to touch on?
Well, I mean, we probably could. I did actually have something. Oh yes. Did you see the news story about the drone?
Yep.
Okay.
And I
Did you already go over that?
Yeah, I covered that, and that did not look like marijuana. That looked like tobacco. That, if that is, man, they.
It could be marijuana that is just not handled correctly and has been treated like tobacco by someone that did not know better.
I mean, maybe,
but let's see.
I mean, I know times are desperate in prison, but damn.
Honestly, I think they spent all their money on the crab legs and the Old Bay seasoning and didn't have any for anything decent otherwise.
I mean, yeah. The cigarettes, really. The carton of cigarettes was the most expensive thing there, it looked like. I mean, the weed might have actually been the most expensive thing there. It's just because in South Carolina, that's still illegal. So, you know.
Yeah.
An ounce. That looked like a couple of ounces. That looked like a quarter pound of ditch weed. Which could. I have no idea what it would cost there.
In all honesty, it could have been something that someone actually grew and it just did not grow right.
Yep.
They have like a Misfits market for pot.
A Misfits market?
Yeah. Have you heard about them?
I mean, judging from what you're saying, it sounds like the like the markets for the ugly produce and stuff like that.
Yep. There's one specifically that they have named themselves Misfit Market, and they're one of the ship-to-home grocery places.
Okay. No, there is not a Misfit market for pot. Not exactly.
Maybe someone's trying to start one.
Huh? No, well, it wouldn't work. Here's why.
Okay.
The Misfit market for pot is the black market currently. And it really is, you know, the people who aren't comfortable or don't have access to the gray market who are getting their weed from their weed guy, their plug, and they're still getting they still have access to the lower grade weed. Stuff usually homegrown these days. You know, from somebody who lives in a state where it's legal to grow your own. Now, not all homegrown is not as good, but you know. But the larger producers, the people who would be supplying the misfit market, were there to be a thing, make other stuff out of the not as pretty.
Ah.
Right. That's where you get your resins and rosins, your tinctures, your other stuff. Also, your not as pretty can get ground up and put into pre-rolls.
Fair.
So there's no real market for an above ground misfit market. That's also why distributors sell different grades at different prices. And also with weed, it's not that the buds are ugly. It's that they're not as something as the best nugs. They're not they're not. The best nugs are always the big, one. The not as pretty ones end up, at the bottom of the container, but they still end up in the bag. You just end up with a bag of littler, and if somebody isn't as good at trimming, which is the stage where they make it pretty, a lot of places use auto trimmers. They're these things that just sort of shake and knock the leaf off. But the places that employ, trimmers, bud trimmers, you become unemployed quickly if you don't trim well. And those people, they'll turn the ugly ones into something else. So there isn't quite the same room for market as there is with produce.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That does make sense.
It's also, not as big a deal as food waste.
Right.
Food waste, that's a big deal. A little bit of weed not getting where it's.
I mean,
it's okay. Or there just being more weed than there needs to be. Some of it just being not as pretty and getting sold cheaper, or that is not, in the grand scheme of things, not nearly as big a problem as food waste.
Fair enough. Let's see. In other news,
Marika are pirates now.
Huh?
Marika were pirates now.
I mean, given what was happening in the Caribbean, I kind of thought we already were.
That was just murder.
Oh, okay.
Now we're actually pirates. We're not just murderers. Because we actually commandeered the ship and took the oil.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that one.
Oh yeah, we commandeered a Venezuelan ship and took their oil. Apparently there were already sanctions on the ship for being part of a shadow fleet of some kind. The oil was probably bound for China, from what I could piece together from what I heard on NPR.
Whose waters was it in when we seized it?
That was unclear to me. I feel like it was in international waters, but
Of course it was.
might have still been in Venezuelan waters.
I'm not sure which one is worse.
I feel like Venezuelan water.
It was probably there.
Yeah, I feel like because that is a deliberate. If that was where it was done, that's a deliberate challenge, and I mean we know he's calling for regime change there, sort of. We also know that this is sort of about oil, getting their oil reserves and getting favorable deals. This is really about starting a war so that he can have an armed conflict going on so that he can use the line, don't switch horses midstream.
Yep. But
this,
we did that with various other wars here in the last couple of years. So I think that's not there's a difference between starting and picking a fight with Venezuela and, a massive worldwide war that is being fought across everything.
Yes. That is true. Although, I think we're picking
Yeah, it's all about the emergency war powers that let him say that he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, of course, and he's calling them narco-terrorists. He claimed originally that there were actual drugs on board as well. Does it say if it was international waters or not?
Let's see. Did you see the thing about Kristi Noem in front of Congress?
No. It's more that he can get those war emergency powers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you were reacting to. I had not noticed, Maddie. Hey, Maddie.
Sorry.
That's quite all right. Good to see you. Okay, so Kristi Noem in Congress?
Yeah. They flat out asked her about deporting American veterans, and she said she hadn't. So they brought up an iPad and they zoomed one in that had been sent back to Korea.
Oh.
He has not lived in Korea since he was 7, and he is a Vietnam veteran.
Dang.
And combat veteran and other things. And then they brought up a couple of others that are also combat veterans that she deported. Right after she said, we did not deport any
of course,
American veterans.
We don't expect her to not lie about it, and we don't expect her to own the truth as she's presented with it. I'm guessing her reaction was, I didn't know about this. That was somebody else's fault. Something like that.
Oh, she tried to say, well, we didn't deport any natural-born citizens that are veterans.
No true Scotsman.
Right. But the look on her face when, I cannot remember for the life of me which representative it was that had the iPad. He said, so now, would you like to join me in thanking him for his service, or do you have something else you want to say? And she wouldn't do anything. She went back to the argument that she was trying to make, trying to save face.
For us, this feels like a burn. And
they got 2 of them. They got 1 to spare.
Got 3 or 4 of them, honestly.
For us, this feels like a win. This feels like a gotcha moment. This feels... But they won't... For her, for them, if it affects her, It's going to end her career, but it won't really matter because he'll have another person to put right there, another person who probably looks almost exactly like Kristi Noem to put in that position. Won't, it won't matter to them ultimately. Even though to us it looks like a burn. What it is mounting, continuing evidence for history for later. It does matter. Does it matter? I mean, like, to the constituents, to the base, or are you saying that it's eroding the base? It creates massive disruptions and loss of control in their administration. That is true. That is true.
Think back to when they put the wrong person in for the FBI, and they left him to save face, and he was wrecking all sorts of havoc until they got Patel in.
Okay, that's true. The more they're forced to replace people, the less they're effective. That is true too. I don't think this will hurt her career at all as long as she continues to stick to the lie. As long as she navigates through the lie.
Maybe, except for right after that, a different representative called for her resignation and told her she has, two choices, effectively.
A Democrat or Republican?
I do not know which one. I just know that she called for Noem's resignation and said, resign?
Democrats, no matter what Democrats do, it's not gonna make any difference to their rabid base.
Perjury. But now she has actual perjury that she's done, and it was pointed out.
That's true. It will matter at some point in the future. It will. And where it actually matters is in the edges of the base. As the edges erode, as they start seeing the loss of power. Pardon me. As they start seeing the loss of power at the core of the movement and the edges start eroding away, also as the goals of the core of the movement start becoming evident to the fringes of the movement, such as, enriching rich people as opposed to actually solving any of the conspiracies or making life more affordable, things like that. That's where they're losing their power.
You're not a child. You're a man. So stop wearing so many layers to go outside. And get the Bearskin Tactical Hoodie 4.0. The 10-pocket tactical...
Oh, I did not mean to click that button. I do not want one of those. Hold on now. Why does it always open there and never where I want it to?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of that.
Madam Secretary, how many United...
Representative Maggins or Democrat of Rhode Island asked DHS Secretary Noem why she deported U.S. Army and combat vets. Oh, this will be good. This is the... Yeah.
United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
I don't believe you served in the military. I haven't either, but I think you and I can agree that as Americans, we owe everything to those who have served our country in uniform, particularly those who have served in combat. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that people that are in this United States that are citizens have legal status here.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989.
Panama.
Like many veterans, he struggled with PTSD and substance abuse after his service.
That's okay.
He was arrested in the 1990s for some minor drug offenses, nothing serious. He never hurt anyone besides himself, and he's been clean and sober for 14 years. He is a combat veteran, a Purple Heart recipient. He has sacrificed more for this country than most people ever have. Earlier this year, you deported him to Korea, a country he hasn't lived in since he was 7 years old. Will you join me in thanking Mr. Park for his service to our country?
Sir, I'm grateful for every single person that has served our country and follows our
And
laws.
can you please
and
tell
knows
Mr.
that our
Park
laws
why
are
you
important
deported
and
him?
every one of them needs to be enforced.
But you understand that many veterans struggle with PTSD, many veterans struggle with substance abuse challenges. This man took 2 bullets for our country. Will you have broad authority, by the way, as secretary,
She did actually
to issue
thank him. No,
humanitarian
she
parole,
didn't.
to do deferred action. Will you commit to at least looking at Mr. Park's case to see if you can help him find a pathway back to this country that he sacrificed so much for?
I will absolutely look at his case, but I want you
Thank
to
you.
remember that
Madam
our
Secretary, the
programs
man
need to have
behind
integrity
you,
as
please
well.
stand up, sir. His name is Jim Brown from Troy, Missouri. He is a Navy combat veteran who served our country in the Gulf War. He's married to a woman named Donna, who came to our country legally from Ireland when she was 11 years old. She has lived here for 48 years. Because of you, Jim's wife Donna has been in prison for the last 4 months. She did not come here illegally, and she has never committed any crime other than writing 2 bad checks totaling $80 10 years ago. She is currently in prison and facing deportation.
Bad checks.
Ms.
Ooh,
Noem, will you
dangerous.
thank Mr. Brown for his service to our country?
No, she
Thank you,
didn't
Mr. Brown,
acknowledge
for your
him.
service to our
Now, what possible explanation can there be for locking up his wife for 4 months?
Oh, God. Okay, see, that was... She turned around, acknowledged that guy, and thanked him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a macro
But we know what the
aggression.
difference is there.
Yeah. Yeah, we know exactly what the difference is. Well, okay, there are 2 differences there. There are 2 key differences. One is that he was a natural born American citizen. He was born here, you know, to a family that's probably been here at least a couple generations.
Yeah.
And white. And that's the second one.
At least he had a white-sounding name.
And fairly white-looking face. If he is not white, he is passing.
I would like to say before I leave, meanwhile, his wife from Ireland is in jail.
Oh, I missed that she's Irish.
Yeah.
Well, that's even funnier because it's not. I guess it really isn't all the white people. I'm gonna say anyone looking white from Troy, Missouri, is gonna be pretty white.
I don't know about Troy. I know about Kidder, Missouri.
Yeah.
And there's enough native blood there that not everybody is as tasty as, say, my sister.
As white as what?
I love her, but she really does look like someone sprinkled cinnamon over a cup of milk.
I'm working on that image. That is.
Yep. Well, I do not have the blonde hair and blue eyes. Dad had the blue eyes, but we have a similar ancestry there.
Okay. I'm blonde hair. I'm blonde hair and blue eyed, and have Cherokee ancestry. Okay. I have Russian Jewish ancestry, I have Polish ancestry, and I have Scottish ancestry. That's
You got that.
Yeah.
You got that.
Huh?
I keep forgetting that you also have some Polish people.
The Pulaskis.
I wonder.
Now,
I wonder
the
if the Pulaskis
Stewarts-
and the Sledjanowskis ever branched off from each other at some point.
I would not know. I would not know. I don't know the Polish lines near as well as I would know the Scottish lines. Although I don't know the Scottish lines that well either. But I do know they go back all the way back to Rome. The Stuart line is not Celtic in origin, it is Roman. Which probably makes it Greek in origin. But probably not. Oh, to the Polish line splitting. Or to going. Romans were mostly Italianate. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I don't know genealogy that far back. Like, I don't know how families moved back that far back. I know the generalized how civilization sort of progressed. Although, when I think about it, no, I really don't. I know the very westernized lesson of how civilizations progressed. So. All right, let's finish seeing what Magaziner. Wait, Magaziner? Really? Why?
Because things happen.
I'd change my name. I would change my name to Blogger at least.
I mean, look at how old he is. I think Magaziner's probably appropriate for him.
You know, I know. Wait a second. He does not look that much older than me now. In fact, yeah. Careful what you say there.
You're only a couple years older than I am, so I can say what I want.
I should have been in the Blogger generation. I just didn't have stable internet connections. We know local Italian populations and cultures and even some Mediterranean colonies in that area. Okay. I mean, this seems to be more your area of expertise than anyone else's around here, so we will defer to you. A Magaziner.
When she has committed no crime other than writing a couple of bad checks for $80.
Sir, it is not my prerogative, my latitude, or my job to pick and choose which laws in this country get enforced.
You have
and
broad
which ones
discretion
don't.
as the secretary.
We need to follow
You can issue
the law
parole. You
and
can do all
enforce
kinds of
the
things,
laws.
but you're choosing not to. Will you commit again to just reviewing Donna's case and reuniting this combat veteran with his beloved wife, who also loves this country.
I will review the case.
Now, Madam Secretary, you've already heard the story of Lance Corporal Alejandro Barranco, the United States Marine veteran who is behind you, who also has 2 brothers who are United States Marines. Will you thank Lance Corporal Barranco for his service?
Thank you for your service.
His father, Narcisco Barranco, is a landscaper in California who has lived peacefully in our country for 30 years and has no criminal record.
Wow. Okay, this is like he did some homework.
He did.
This ain't quite 50 on Diddy kind of 4 episodes miniseries homework. But it's he definitely did some homework.
50 spent, decades building that mini-series. He's only had a couple of weeks. But yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, 50. I think 50 started developing that mini-series before Diddy was born. I think 50 went back in time. Started writing that miniseries. He's like, I know what this is gonna. I know. No.
We'll get there.
She's a toddler. Oh, wow. Yeah, she sounds like a toddler being forced to apologize. She is a toddler being made to apologize. 50 Cent doesn't have the administrative and research capabilities of Democratic politicians.
No,
but he's got a lot more will. When he decides he don't like somebody, he's got a lot more will than Democratic politicians. Spite, at least. Oh, yeah.
Pettiness and spite. I mean, it takes a lot to sit there and wait for your enemy to make a comeback concert and to buy most of it out. So when he comes out to sing, he's got he's got your empty seats and maybe the 5 other people that got tickets first.
Right.
There's a lot of pettiness and spite to that man.
And it's not just pettiness and spite. It's deviousness. He is devious.
True.
He is not. To quote Josh Johnson, he is not the one.
I saw that same clip too.
Yeah, he's a funny bully.
A natural bully. One that does things that makes other people look at you and go, that's wrong, but it was funny.
And, I feel like he's chosen to use his bully pulpit only in certain directions. As he's gotten older, he's gone, okay, I'm only gonna point this in certain directions. Like, you really gotta do something to get him to hate you. But when he hates you for episodes. Again, to quote Josh Johnson.
Mm-hmm. So
much as I love John Lewis, I still disagree with him. I think Josh Johnson has jokes.
Oh, he does.
They are jokes for, white liberals, but he does have jokes.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to the rest of this, because I am curious as to where this is going. I do notice she also acknowledged this guy. But again, he's a natural born citizen. He was born here. He looks...
Yeah.
That looks like the face of... That looks like the face of the Boy Scout troop leader telling a new ghost story at the campfire, reveling in the fear he's about to cause in the children.
Fair.
I bet you that's a lot of how he feels in the moment, too.
I mean, work has been put into this particular gotcha and waiting for her to say just the right thing to be able to use this gotcha.
And she said it. She said just the right thing, and he's like, oh boy, I get to close the trap.
Because she didn't say just American citizens. She also said veterans.
Right. And he looks like he's about to say, and the hook was in the bumper the whole time. If she didn't, he'd gotcha her again. Yeah, he...
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the other trap. Like, yeah. This is when you have somebody in tic-tac-toe, two directions. This is when you have somehow managed to win at tic-tac-toe.
I don't know if it preceded this or if it followed this particular bit. But the other representative telling her, you've got your choice is to either resign or, we are starting impeachment proceedings and we are opening the investigation based on your lies.
That's fair. I don't think impeachment carries the weight it used to.
No, thanks to the Senate and the Supreme Court, no, it doesn't. But
yeah, but
at least
still,
for the history books, it says that something did happen.
Yeah. I think a lot of this is gonna come back into play after the midterms and after the general. I think that after the general election, I think the power is going to shift in a different direction. And I don't know who the Democrats are going to run, but I think they're going to have to, I think there's going to be some reckoning with the things that have gone on in this administration. And I think there are going to be some people on the hook. Hegseth, Gnome, oh God, who's that bald insect creature thing that, Stephen Miller, Vance.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, Stephen Miller. Yes.
I sent you the whatever awards, right?
I don't know which whatever awards.
Hang on.
Well, anyway, as you get that ready, let us let us let this guy get to completion.
Yeah.
I would hate to stop him mid-event.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Last spring, while he was mowing the lawn at an IHOP, ICE agents tackled him in the street and imprisoned him for weeks. A peaceful, hard-working man who raised 3 sons to be United States Marines. We need men of that character in this country. Again, as Secretary, you have broad discretion. Will you consider Lance Corporal Bronco's father for parole in place to stay in our country, owing to the fact that he has contributed to our country by raising 3 United States Marines?
This is an opportunity to remind everybody that every person that's in this country illegally has an opportunity to voluntarily go home and come back the right way.
He
Follow
raised
our
3
laws,
United States
and we will
Marines.
facilitate that.
He has been living here
Let's-
peacefully, doing his job for 30 years. You have discretion. You are choosing not to use it. Madam Secretary, you promised America that you would go after the worst of the worst. But these people are not the worst of the worst. A Purple Heart recipient, a military spouse, the father of 3 Marines. And it's not just veterans and military families. You are locking up and deporting children with cancer, mothers with babies in the NICU, United States citizens. There are many problems with your leadership, but the biggest problem is this. You don't seem to know how to tell the difference between the good guys and the bad guys. Go after the bad guys. Go after the terrorists. Do not go after veterans, Marines, children,
Gentlemen's
United
time's
States
expired.
citizens. I yield back.
Expired.
And the call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it is. We know that's true. But also, man, he got that nailed you. He did. All right, so what's this? What are you setting us up for here?
The Weemsy Awards.
Weemsy Awards?
Yep. They spotlight the most egregious misrepresentations of U.S. history in the past year by politicians, celebrities, executives, and more. And they've just done their 2025 award.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Spelled with a T.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Spelled with 2 T's.
And,
welcome to the Weemsy Awards. We spotlight the most egregious misrepresentations of U.S. history in the past year by politicians, celebrities, executives, and more. Awards are announced in December. The winners of the 2025 Weemsy Awards are in. Okay.
Anyway, if you click on the first award, it will give you the winner and what happened. Make them the winner for each particular award.
All right. Weemsy of the Year and the top honor. We're just gonna start with, I guess, the best. Although, I don't know if it's the best. There are probably some other fun ones. We're just going to start here.
Oh, yeah.
Most absurd, inaccurate, and or outrageous statements and actions related to U.S. history. Winner, Pete Hegseth.
If you look at the very bottom of it explains why. If you look at the very bottom in little teeny tiny black font, it gives you the runner-up for each one.
Okay. The Secretary of Defense received 6 nominations for renaming military bases for Confederate traitors, claiming the U.S. bombing of Iranian nuclear facilities was the most complex and secretive military operation in history, purging Pentagon websites of information about notable African Americans, Native Americans, and women, and defending the soldiers who carried out the infamous Wounded Knee Massacre, saying, "We salute their memory, we honor their service," and that they would retain their medals of honor. Runner-up, President Donald J. Trump. For everything he's ever said. There are people speculating that that 50 Cent did the ABC interview because it's one of the few channels allowed in prison. Yeah, that's... I don't know that it's confirmed truth, but I think... I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why. I'm pretty sure he did ABC because, you know, it's one of the big 3, and they asked. And yeah, it's one of the ones that you can get in prison, and it's one of the few that, like, they'll put on and leave on in prison. You know, they won't do that with NBC so much. Yeah. Although they will, I mean, not the worst thing. They, yeah. All right. Next category. Most inaccurate claim about the Founding Fathers in 2025. Winner, Representative Mike Johnson. Speaker Mike Johnson wrongly attributes prayer to Thomas Jefferson. Speaker of the House Johnson offered a prayer he falsely claimed was written by Thomas Jefferson and the third president recited every day while in office. Reality, the prayer was composed in 1882 by Rhode Island minister. Runners-up. 1. Donald Trump proclaiming the Declaration of Independence was about love and unity. Mike Pence for claiming our founding fathers championed the return of the Jewish people to Israel. Wow, Pence. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just... Okay, this looks like this is going to be fun. The best history-related outrage by a business in 2025. Winner, General Mills Incorporated. General Mills employee reported offensive messaging around Black History. Company allegedly retaliated. General Mills Incorporated distributed flyers during Black History Month that labeled the Tulsa Race Massacre as a fun fact. When African-American employee lodged a complaint, the company allegedly fired him. Wow. Yeah, no, that's not fun fact material. That's shake your day material. Like, if you don't know about it, if you didn't know about it, that ain't no Snapple facts kind of thing. That's a PBS gonna ruin your day kind of thing. Runners up. 1. Google for caving to the anti-DEI movement by removing from its calendar app all references to Black History Month, Women's History Month, Pride Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, Holocaust Memorial Day, and more. 2. OpenAI for allowing users to create racist deepfakes of Martin Luther King Jr. Most bonkers claim about U.S. military history in 2025. Winner, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance ridiculed after claiming World War II ended by negotiations. Okay. Now. I think it was ended by negotiations. I believe those negotiations were relatively nuclear in nature. Either that, or if you want to go another way, it was an internal negotiation between Adolf and Eva and Adolf, about who was going to take the pill first. I'm just saying. You can stretch negotiations to cover a lot of ground.
This is true, but, he wasn't doing exactly that. He was just trying to say there was something else, so...
Yeah, I know. I know what he's trying... Yeah, I know what he's trying to say. He's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a way to misunderstand history. Because it was, it was the negotiations that were what to do with Germany after the war, and the position that left the U.S. in with Russia, with the USSR at that point. And that, that was negotiations. That's how NATO became a thing. But, yeah, no. World War II ended with victorious military campaigns. I mean, I feel funny saying it.
There was no spontaneous requirement between opposing parties to sit down and have negotiations.
Right.
If negotiations were had, they were had because there was the threat of extreme force.
Right. All right. Let's read this. Let's see what he said. Or not what he said, but...
Yeah.
Let me use my radio announcer voice some more. The vice president, in explaining why the U.S. was pressuring Ukraine to submit to negotiations to end its war with Russia, absurdly claimed that major wars in history, including World War II, had been ended through negotiations. Runners-up, Pete Hegseth for saying of the soldiers who carried out the infamous Wounded Knee massacre, killing hundreds of Americans. We salute their, that bit. And then, number 2, Secretary of the Navy John...
Phelan.
John Phelan, yes, who said in 2 social media posts that the attacks on Pearl Harbor took place on June 7th, 1941.
Yeah, that's special.
All right, we're going to go ahead and read these last 2. Yeah. Most astonishingly stupid reference to Black history in 2025. Winner, Dr. Joseph Lapato. Florida Surgeon General defends slavery comparison to vaccine mandates. Oh. Ow. I look at the face of the guy on the split screen. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Let me do this so that you can see where I am. There we go. That guy's face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, let me move this back. So everybody can see that face right there. That's the face that you would expect. There are so many thoughts going through his head right now. Dr. Joseph Lopatto, Surgeon General for the state of Florida, in announcing an end to vaccine mandates, compared them to slavery. Just what is wrong with you look? The look of, oh my God, what is, how? Do I have to hit you now? Are you... I mean, do you know you're racist? Do you hear yourself? No, you do? You really, like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, this is what's going through his head.
What the fuck did she just say?
Yeah.
They know they do. I get those confused myself at times, but I'm not a politician or a professional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Runners up. Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith for falsely claiming the Constitution's third and fifth clause, which increased the political power of slaveholders, helped to eradicate slavery.
What the fuck did she just say? Well, it's not worse, because what he did was worse, but the other one's just as bad.
A fitness personality, Jillian Michaels, for going on CNN and falsely claiming that less than 2% of white Americans owned slaves, that whites were the first race to try and end slavery.
What the fuck did she just say?
You know, I feel like I have the perfect button for this.
Yeah, I know you do.
I feel bad that I wasn't using it before.
I know. You got it now.
Oh, yeah. The most ridiculous claim about U.S. presidential history. Hold on. Let me get my voice right again. The most ridiculous claim about U.S. presidential history in 2025. Winner, no surprise, Donald J. Trump. Wall Street Journal editorial board, Trump wrong on Reagan tariffs. Yeah. The president, in defending his high tariff policy, falsely claimed that Ronald Reagan loved tariffs. Reality, Reagan was a staunch opponent to tariffs and resolute advocate of free trade. Also, Ronald Reagan was the devil. I mean, we just to keep it clear.
Yeah.
He was a very, very, very bad man. Runners-up, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt in defending President Trump's demolition of the East Wing of the White House for falsely claiming President Harry Truman had previously demolished the entire White House.
What the fuck did she just say?
And number 2, I can't say that with a straight face, Jake Tapper, for making the absurd claim that the concealing of President Biden's declining cognitive health was worse than Watergate.
Then your very last one there.
All right. Let's see what Tim Scott can do. I don't want to know. Biggest history fail that defied categorization in 2025. Winner, Senator Tim Scott. Senator Tim Scott ridiculed after attacking Congressional Budget Office for making wrong predictions decades before it even existed. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
All of this is theater. Yes, it really is. Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina tried to dismiss Congressional Budget Office CBO report that the big beautiful William, I'm sorry, misread that. That the big beautiful William would add trillions to the deficit by saying the CBO has been wrong in similar situations in the 1930s and 1960s. Alas, the CBO was created in 1974. Runners-up, Vice President J.D. Vance for falsely claiming when settlers came to the New World, they found widespread child sacrifice. Christian civilization ended the practice.
What the fuck did she just say?
Yeah.
Number 2, Donald Trump for falsely claiming 38,000 Americans died in the building of the Panama Canal. Actual number, 950, which is still a lot.
A lot.
That is actually a lot to die on foreign soil during a construction project.
For the most, well,
the big beautiful Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
900 is or nearly 1,000 is a lot, but it is extraordinarily less than 38,000.
Yes, by 37,000 people.
By more than 37,000.
Yeah. Look up the Panama Canal deaths when the French tried it.
No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good with 900 is a lot. I don't need to know how many more did it.
I mean,
and failed.
Yeah, it was a massive and deadly. Yeah, and 900 was way lower and considered a triumph of safety. It was a boondoggle in so many ways at the time. Now, it was incredibly important. I guess it wasn't really a boondoggle, but it was like, because it was so incredibly important. Because going around either of the horns was so dangerous. The opposite. Yeah, it was so important. It was money and blood. Like, they had to throw so much money and blood at it. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, now that its operation is being threatened by climate change, the French screwed up so badly that the Americans came in and actually got it to work. Okay. I mean, not in a... Trying to be nice to the French here for a moment, but it's about to come out sideways. Oh yeah, go figure. The French screwed up a social infrastructure project so bad that Americans needed to help.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, now that climate change is threatening its operation, I wonder what that means for shipping in general, and what that's going to mean.
Figure that out.
Yeah, and it just seems like such an important... I don't know. Such an important thing. Such an important part of global infrastructure. No, I feel like no singular place should be responsible solely for its operation, but everybody should take an active interest in its maintenance. You know? Just saying. Just saying. Well, all right, folks. I believe that is about it for us.
I think so.
We did not have a whole lot planned, but...
No.
Even though Kush Gang is not here, let's go ahead and announce the gingerbread house building competition to be held at the Hidden Leaf on the weekend immediately after Christmas.
I believe it's December 27th and 28th.
Yep, judging will be on the 28th at the end of business day. Like right before the end of business day, probably around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And kits will be available for purchase at Kush Gang Snacks. At the Kush Gang Snacks stands at both Frosty Fridays and at the Canna Market. And they will come with 2 one-day passes so that the buyer of the kit can come and decorate their kit that weekend at the Hidden Leaf. I am excited for this. We know who our judge will be. It's going to be Gabby Reyes, manager there at the Hidden Leaf, and Any bribes below $50 will not, or $75 will not be entertained. Any bribes below $50 will be laughed at.
Publicly.
Yes. So yeah, that was the big announcement that I'm all excited for. Should be a lot of fun. We may have video and or photo evidence of this event. Nothing guaranteed this year.
No, not this year.
No. We need to get it done, like set, so that we can get it, so that it works, you know, before we actually start working on the video. On videoing it.
Make it a success first and take pictures second.
That's it. So, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Kat, for joining us. I know it was a bit touch and go there for a bit. And, you know, crazy work schedule and all, and I'm sure it's only going to get more so until the dreaded day. So
it'll probably be crazy until after the first of the year, honestly.
Understandable, because returns and all that crap.
Yep.
So thank you for being here. Thank you, Maddie Holmes, for being here. And I think... Oh, thank you, Dope Ash Music, for being here. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Thank you, all you lurkers. Much love. Stick around for the raid. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all.